What a mess! What a mess! Well, that's my life, always a mess. I'm glad you're here at any rate. I won't have to go through it all alone. Well, we might as well get to know each other. My name is Reginald, and, well, there are several of you. I'll tell you what, on the count of 3, why don't you all just shout out your name as loud as you can, and I'll take it all in at once. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Valerie!
Oh, those are very nice names. It's very, very nice to have you here. Let's see. Why don't we get to know each other a little bit more? Oh, I know. How about what you like to do on your first date? I'm a very romantic person by nature, and I enjoy talking about that. So let's see. I think a beautiful dinner for the first date is Italian food, like a beautiful lasagna with some garlic bread and a nice wine. How about on the count of 3, you shout out, what do you like to eat on your first date? 1, 2, 3. Oh, delicious. That is very, very delicious. Oh, how about after dinner? What do you do with your date on a first date after dinner? I personally think a nice ride on a rowboat is a very romantic thing to do. On a beautiful lake in the evening with a lovely moon up above. Well, on the count of 3, why don't you shout out what you like to do after dinner on your very first date with somebody? 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. They never let me do that, but yes. Well. I guess we can't put it off any longer. What a mess. You know, it's the people in my life, really, the people in my life. Oh, if you could only peer into my mind and see the people in my life. Can you see them? Oh, my goodness. My mother always said I have a very vivid imagination. Well, I'll tell you what, as long as you can see them, can you just guess which one of these people live here in this fantastic home? You could just call out by what they're wearing or some other demeaning way of referring. The woman in the red dress. Yes, that's right. The woman in the red dress. And of course, I have to deliver some news to her that's just going to be very troublesome. Can you guess? Just from looking at me, can you guess what it is I've come over here and have to tell her?
She just buried her husband.
What?
She just buried her husband.
I just buried her husband. Well, after she finds out I buried her husband, maybe I can marry her and then ask for a divorce. Yes, I just buried her husband. Well, anyway, Mrs. Van de Bier, I just wanted you to know that I buried your husband. You see, the problem is he wasn't dead. But don't worry, I have my crew working on digging him up right now, and I'm sure he'll be fine. He was only in the grave for 6 minutes, and they say you can still breathe well. I'm sorry, it's only been a week I've been running the mortuary, and I still have a lot to learn.
So he's going to make it.
Oh, he'll be fine, he'll be fine. His nails will take a little while to grow back.
Oh, my poor Jonathan.
Oh, well, if it's any consolation, as we were putting him in the coffin, he was smiling. He must have had a very nice life with you, which of course he'll be able to continue now that he's alive.
Oh, I can't wait till he comes back. Why, it was just the other day we were talking about going on our vacation together.
Oh, where were you planning to go?
Egypt.
Egypt?
It's always been my dreams to climb into one of those pyramids.
Wow, I can think of something I'd like to climb into. That is fantastic. And how long have you been married to Mr. Van de Bier?
35 days.
Wow, a relatively new marriage.
Oh, yes, very much in love. We met 60 days ago.
Well, it sure is a shame that he keeps falling into these comas and making everyone think he's dead. That must be awfully difficult at his job as a paramedic surgeon.
It is quite difficult. Sometimes he's lifting the sick people up and then he just collapses.
Oh, well, I can understand that. Boy, I know a little bit of a thing or two about collapsing. You don't mind if I sit on your
No,
sofa, do
please
you,
do.
Mrs. Van de Bier? I tell you, I didn't even want to take over the mortuary business, but you know how fathers can be. You were raised to be a mortician, he said to me, since the time I was 4 years old, and that's exactly what I became.
Well, I'm so sorry. What would you love to be?
Oh, what would I love to be? Well, to be honest with you, can you guess? Just from looking at me.
Lawyer.
A lawyer. You see, I always wanted to be a lawyer. Exciting trial lawyer. Right there in the middle of the courtroom, pounding my fist on the table, demanding that she's innocent, calling for objections when none are warranted, that kind of thing.
Well, I could just see you right now. You'd be perfect for it. In fact, human rights lawyer I see in you.
That would be a wonderful thing. Oh, but who are we kidding? I wasn't born to strike out on my own. Father's thumb is heavily above me and pressing downward all the time.
Oh, no, but you must do it.
Oh, Mrs. Van de Bier, that's very nice of you, but I don't think I have the courage to stand up to my father. Oh, you don't know my father. He's a very, very mean man.
Well, I would stand up to him for you.
Well, that's shocking.
Is he alive?
Well, yes, he's alive. He doesn't get around much anymore, being a quadriplegic. An unfortunate premature burial accident.
Listen, my man. After you bring me back my husband, I would be happy to confront your father on your behalf.
Wow. Well, that's the nicest thing anybody ever done for me.
Well,
All
it's
right.
the least I could do for the man who interned and then also is going to bring my husband back to me.
Well, I'll go get him right away then.
Good. I miss him so.
Jonathan, if you're going to fake your death, you should have stayed dead.
Well, I'm sorry. I meant to...
Huh?
Oh, she's right there.
Honey! I'm alive! Oh, what a terrible misunderstanding this has all been.
Oh,
This is my nurse. Yes, she's here to assist me. As you know, I keep slipping into these comas and, well, being mistaken for dead.
well, what an opportune thing. Nurse, come over here. I have this boil right over here that needs to be lanced.
Okay. Well, I'm only just good at CPR.
Oh! Oh no, he's fainting again! He's fainting again! Oh God! Quick, nurse, help him!
Jonathan!
CPR! CPR!
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. How long was I out for? 2, 3 days?
2 seconds, my dear.
Oh.
It's getting shorter and shorter.
Oh, no. Well, now that I'm back, I'm sure we can go on that wonderful vacation.
To Egypt?
Yes, all the highest priced hotels, fancy drinks, travel accommodations.
And we get to ride camels.
Yes, camels. Dear, you didn't just marry me for my money, did you?
What would ever make you think that? Just because I love this mansion that we're in?
It's just this all happened so quickly. This whirlwind romance. You came into my life. We got married. And then suddenly you're wanting me to whisk you away from my work, around the world.
Jonathan, don't insult me. When I was working behind the counter at the grocery store, and I saw you, why, you're so handsome.
With those rutabagas?
Yes, with the rutabagas. And you were pushing your glasses up because they kept falling down.
You used to do that to me.
And you came to me and you said, Miss, how do I make a rutabaga pie?
I had an accent back then.
And it was the sexiest thing ever.
Well, yes, I needed to make a rutabaga pie. And
Jonathan, you're looking sick. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take you upstairs and put you to bed.
I'm sorry,
You need your rest.
That is bizarre. But she's an attentive nurse.
Hello.
Yes.
You must be Mrs. Vanderveer. Nice to meet you.
I am, yes. And you are.
I am Philip B. King. I am a lawyer, and I understand that your husband was recently wrongfully buried.
Yes, he was.
Well, I believe there's a lawsuit here.
Could we get money?
Absolutely. Millions.
Millions.
I've been on the wrong side of plenty of burials. Ancient Egypt, you know of it? Half those mummies, not planned.
You're kidding.
I'm an esquire, I never kid.
Well, so what do we need to do, sir?
I simply need to meet with your husband and establish a case.
Well, that can be arranged. I can go look for him right now. I think he went up that way. I'll go looking for him and I'll bring him down for you.
Hello?
Hello?
Philip B. Esquire. Philip B. King Esquire.
Oh, he's a lawyer. She said she would help me become a lawyer. She must have brought him over in order to interview me for a job. Well, hello.
Hello. Well, let me get a look at you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes, you do look quite musty. Been down there for a long time.
Well, oh yes, he must mean under the thumb of my oppressive father. Oh, yes, that's right. I was down there for about 28 years.
28 years!
Oh, yes. You had no idea how heavy and oppressive it was.
My good man, how did you survive?
Well, you know, I just kept sneaking out whenever I could.
And you willfully went back?
Well, I appreciate a strict curfew.
Curfew, this is quite a case. Oh my.
Well, you have to understand, I've always been just gasping for a new potential opportunity.
Gasping!
Oh, absolutely. Trying to get as much fresh air in my life as I could.
Well, I can understand why.
Oh, sure. I mean, my whole situation at home was very grave.
I've never seen a case like this.
Really?
No.
Well, do you think I have an opportunity with you then?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
When can I start?
We'll start immediately.
Well, that's fantastic. What's my first job?
Your first job is that I need you to get a cast.
A cast.
Or something to show that you have been under duress for these 28 years.
All right. I'll go and do that right away. You mean like a mock juror?
Yes. That makes sense in a way.
Okay. Well, I think I know some old friends who'd be able to help me out. Thank you. This means everything to me.
You are quite welcome.
Well, did you talk to him? Did you meet him?
Yes, and I believe we have a case, Mrs.
Oh.
Vanderbilt.
Wonderful. Well, I shall do my part in supporting this.
Well,
Do you need testimony from me?
I do believe that I would like some time alone with you.
Anything, sir. Anything to get our hands on justice. Yes, justice is what I'm after.
Oh, you don't want to have your hands on anything else, do you?
Well, I'd be open.
I like it when they're open. Listen, while I have your husband away, perhaps I can come around sometime if you'd like that.
Absolutely, you'd be welcome anytime, sir.
Great.
You're here to help us.
Well, I'll give you a call.
Oh, great.
Have a nice day.
What a lovely gentleman. So helpful.
Allie, I'm here. Oh, darling, it's so good to see you.
Oh.
You know, when you told me that you had gotten married to Vandermeer, I couldn't believe it, and I had to come see for myself.
I locked that one down.
You know, there's something very amazing about the way you work things. You just have it.
Yes, I know. Well, it was pretty obvious when he came into the grocery store with the bow tie. He had that Vandermeer bow tie on.
No.
Yes.
No.
It was dead obvious. And I knew I had to flash the lashes.
Wait, do that again. Do it again. No, one more time. Okay, yes. That's it. That's it. And it's like the way that you've done that. Like, what is this, like your 10th marriage? It's amazing. Amazing.
And this one is still alive. Would you believe it?
I know. I mean, the last 3. Well,
I know.
yeah.
So, what brings you by, my darling?
Well, I was hoping I could cash in a little bit. You know, maybe have some fun.
Well, sure, of course.
I've done that before.
Of course.
So my thought was that if we could just, I don't know, does he have a friend or someone that he could hook me up with, that I could have some of the riches that you've been having?
Oh, yes. Jebediah.
No.
Jebediah is perfect for you.
Tell me why.
Well, first off, he wears very fancy watches.
What?
Yes. And I know you have a watch thing, a fetish.
I love a man that keeps time.
Yes. And
Yes.
he hails from royalty back in the United Kingdom.
What?
He was raised here, of course, but I am telling you, you could have a lord in you.
A lord?
A lord.
Whoa! That's amazing.
I tell you what, I'm gonna invite him right over. Why don't you and I go up to the parlor?
Let's do that.
All right.
I can't wait. How fun! Oh my goodness, it's gonna be such a delight.
Oh dear. Jeb!
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I'm in quite a pickle.
Well, tell me all about it, please.
Well, as you know, I didn't take your advice. I married that woman.
I see.
And I know I've been on and off again with my longtime beau. And we were on a break, and I thought she had kicked me to the curb for good. So when I had those rutabagas in the grocery store and I saw those lashes, well, I made an impromptu decision, and I realized almost immediately it was a mistake. So I hatched a plan. I would fake my own death. But here's where it gets very strange. On the eve, as I was to fake my own death, I actually slipped into a coma after drinks. I think someone poisoned me, for I woke up the next day in a coffin, clawing at the lid.
In the coffin?
Yes!
How did you escape?
Well, luckily, the coroner heard my cries and immediately had me exhumed. And who should be waiting as I came out but my original love? But now, I'm not sure who tried to kill me.
So let me get this straight. What you're telling me is that you faked your own death for the love of another woman, but then found yourself actually dead in a coffin, upon waking, the woman whom you had fallen in love with was there.
Yes!
Very clear indeed. Clear and simple.
So now, I'm going to figure out who's trying to kill me.
And that's why you sent me the telegram to come here immediately.
Indeed.
I will help you as best as I can, but I need alone time with each woman so that I can use my prowess to fully sniff out the culprit.
Certainly. You're my best friend, and I trust you implicitly.
You trust me with any of my tactics?
Of course.
Anything.
Whatever it takes.
Really?
Yes.
And there's 2 women?
Yes.
Excellent.
The current Mrs. Vandermeer and my previous love. Who is also in this house.
Are they both here?
Yes.
Well, I will go into the parlor and freshen up, and I shall return momentarily.
Dear. I better go to my study.
Yes, right this way. I'm sure they won't mind us practicing in here. You see, I really appreciate you helping me out again. You know, Angela, you're one of the best friends I've ever had.
Oh, Reggie, you're my best friend too.
Oh, we used to date, it's a whole thing. But listen, now I need to find someone who I can practice my trial lawyer act on in order to get really well, because I'm up for this job, you see?
You're gonna be a lawyer.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, my
absolutely. So
goodness.
I need someone who I can practice on.
Okay.
So why don't you sit right here, and I'm going to just go upstairs as if I'm walking down into the courtroom, and you're the juror, and you just wait there for me, okay? Make
Okay.
a big dramatic entrance.
I
and-
still love him.
Ah, this must be one of the women who tried to poison him. Soon to be seen, of course. Hello. My name is Jebediah.
Hello.
And you are?
Pleased to meet you.
Ah, the pleasure is all mine, miss. May I pour a drink for you? I'm friends with Mr. Vandermeer.
I suppose that's okay.
Long-time friends. Go back to Oxford.
Mr. Vandermeer?
Yes.
Why, thank you. Do you think it's okay for me to drink this?
Please.
Are you sure?
What she doesn't know is that I slipped in a subtle truth serum. We shall see what she says. Absolutely, miss. I will join you in one.
Oh, I guess this is just part of the job.
The job. And what line of work are you in, my dear?
This and that. Sometimes I just like to witness things.
Witness things. Well, may I ask, how are you friends with Mr. Vandermeer?
I know him through another friend.
Another friend.
So a mutual acquaintance, I would say. Mutually acquainted we are.
I see you have some dirt under your fingers.
Oh, well, I should get those fingers done.
Yes, those fingers are quite busy.
I
You know, Mr. Vandermeer is quite a wealthy man.
Is he so?
Yes.
Oh,
And very handsome and charming.
is this normal for you to sit here like this next to me when we're doing this sort of thing?
It makes you uncomfortable for me to be near you. Perhaps you like Mr. Vandermeer to be next to you.
I suppose so.
How close?
Well, as close as is necessary.
Necessary for...
Well, whatever the job requires.
So you were hired to be here?
Oh, I guess so. Well, okay, I was. Yes,
Yes,
I was.
you were!
Why am I telling these things to you?
Because I put a truth serum in your drink, my dear.
Oh, no.
That's correct.
What if my true feelings for Reginald come out? Oh, no.
Tell me, what do you want, Mr. Vandermeer? Tell me now, immediately.
Well, I don't quite know yet.
So you were put upon this job by someone else, you're telling me?
Yes. Yes, I was.
Someone else close to him?
Somebody close to him, I would say so, yes.
Somebody that wished that perhaps their situation were different with him, is it not?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
I see. Well, you've been of great help today.
Oh,
And I shall... Oh, I hear someone coming. Excuse me.
oh,
Oh, hello.
hello.
Ah. This must be Allie's sister. She told me she was visiting. Welcome.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
You look just like her.
Oh, well, that's good.
I see the resemblance.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
How long will you be staying?
I don't know. But if you could point me to a powder room, I would certainly appreciate it.
Well, certainly. There's one just up there.
Well,
Down the hall and to the left.
I suppose it's okay for me to go in there.
Oh, yes. Go
Okay.
right ahead.
Thank you.
I just need to find my...
And I say it was the wife who tried to kill him. Where did she go? Angela? Angela!
Oh,
Where are you?
Reginald.
I have important things to say to you. Come here.
Oh, I needed to go to the powder room. It's so pretty. They have marble countertops and the toilet is so large.
This is very important. Now, please.
I'm sorry, Reginald.
I know for a fact it's the wife that tried to murder him.
And what do I say, yes?
Well, you say yes.
Yes.
Because that's true.
It's true.
Yes.
She tried to murder him.
Yes, that's right. You see, I'm practicing my law.
Okay.
And I know for a fact she poisoned him.
She poisoned him.
Yes.
She put poison in a drink.
Oh, absolutely. She put poison in a drink, she served it up to him, and that sent him into a coma.
That's right.
And then he was prematurely murdered.
He was. He was killed.
Because she hates him.
She hates him.
She hated him from the moment she laid eyes on him.
She did.
She hated him from the moment she seduced him into her bed just for his money.
That's right. She only wants his money.
And then she tried to kill him, and she succeeded.
It's the truth. That is what happened. She tried to kill him.
Oh, how was that?
Reginald, you're so good.
Oh,
I'm so convinced already.
oh, that's wonderful.
Who is she? She killed him.
Come on, I'll tell you more.
Okay.
Oh, well, that settles it. Caught in the act. Oh, Allie. Oh. Well, now I'm really in a pickle. I've got to prove that this woman tried to murder me and...
Hi, dearest.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm great. You look a little parched. Let me fix you a drink.
I'm fine. Totally fine.
Oh, you look a little nervous. You're sweating. There's beads rolling down your neck.
Probably just a symptom of my new condition with the lapsing into comas.
Oh, dearest, I hope we can get that fixed before we go on our vacation.
Fixed, yes, I'm sure you do.
Jonathan, Mr. Vandermeer.
Yes, Maxine.
The nurse. Why are you still here?
I was worried about the boil on your leg, and I thought about it some more, and I think you have gangrene.
Gangrene?
Yes, and we're going to have to amputate.
No!
Yes!
I'm gonna lose my leg.
I was up there, and we were talking while I was giving him CPR on the mouth, and I realized right away that you have gangrene.
Oh my God! Do something, Jonathan.
Yes, we must cut.
Okay.
No!
Yes.
Save the leg.
Lay down, and yes, this is the leg, and the other one too, because it's contagious and it's over.
I'm losing both legs.
Yes, you are. And if we're not careful, it's going to creep all the way up, and you're going to lose both your arms and your mouth. Right?
I guess so.
Yeah, so things are just going to happen very, very quickly.
Oh my goodness, this is not the end I saw for myself. No, there must be something else.
Well,
Is there anything you wish to tell me as you lie here on your deathbed? Any last words?
I'm dying?
yes, you are.
Any confessions you wish to make?
Well, that one time I left the tea kettle on at home when I was little and it burned the house down.
Oh, she's ice cold. Even in the throes of death, she won't admit it.
Oh, save me. I'll do anything. Anything.
Well, anything?
Anything. Perhaps it would be best if she were pronounced invalid and then convalesced in a home.
That's right. We're going to have to put you in a nursing home after we cut off your legs. Right away.
Can you make sure it's the Shady Pines nursing home. That convalescence home is high up on that hill, and it's a mansion.
Yes, well, of course. But darling, why don't you go lie down for a while?
Oh, can
Give
I
those legs
walk?
a rest.
You can walk for the next 5 minutes, but after that they have to
Oh
go.
God, I gotta rush.
Oh, Maxine.
Jonathan, I thought I had the eyelashes for you.
Oh, you did, Maxine. Oh,
I'm so much better at it than she is.
but you
Jonathan.
left, Maxine, and I thought you were never coming back. That's why I married Allie. I was on the rebound, don't you see?
I left for 10 minutes, Jonathan.
Oh, Maxine. It was long enough for me to go to the store and get rutabagas.
What, 10 minutes?
Yes. And then, well, I made a brash decision, and I married her. And then you come back here, you tell me that you want to work it out. We get drunk together while my wife is out, and the next thing I know, I'm in a coffin.
Well, whose fault is that?
I don't know. I think it was her. In fact, I know it was her. I just heard a confession, Maxine.
The one about the teapot?
No! While you were upstairs, I overheard the coroner. He somehow must have known that my wife poisoned me.
She tried to kill you?
Yes.
Why, I'll kill her
Well, I
myself.
can tell you tried to chop off her legs and leave her in a convalescent home, but...
Well, it's just to maim her. I wasn't going to try to kill her,
I
but now
know.
I'm rethinking that.
But shady acres, I don't want to pay for that. I need to figure out how to get a divorce. If we can prove she tried to murder me...
Well, let's prove it then.
Yes, well, she won't confess. We saw when she thought she was dying. She wouldn't even... All she had was some nonsense about a tea kettle.
All right.
Oh, darling.
She said she
I'm
would
sorry. I love you. Forgive me. I didn't know you were going to come back to me. Oh, I was distraught when you left. I thought, oh, I'll just eat rutabaga pie until I blow up and die.
Oh, not rutabaga.
When I saw her in the checkout line, it was like a life preserver in a storm. That's all. I was grasping, just grasping.
Oh, I'm the new maid. I'm the maid. Your
Okay,
wife
my
hired me to
wife is
clean.
going through my money left and right. She's hired a maid.
Yes, I'm going to clean.
Okay.
Cleaning.
As I was saying, I love you. I've always loved you, but I thought you were gone forever.
Well, I'm back now, and I saved your life, and I'll continue doing CPR for the rest of your life. I promise.
I don't know how long I can
Sorry.
keep up this ruse of pretending to fall into comas.
I don't hear anything. I'm the maid.
Well, of course, you're just the paid help.
All right.
I need you to help me figure this out, Maxine.
All right, well, I do my best thinking up in the bedroom, so I'm just going to go back up there and give it some more thought. Will you join me and
Yes.
help me think?
Yes, but if you keep giving me these, we're gonna have to tell my wife that I'm also getting rashes.
It's a leash. Let's tell her that.
Oh, hello.
I'm the maid.
The maid, yes.
Yes.
Jebediah, hello. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Jebediah.
And I am Philip B. King.
Oh, Philip B. King.
Philip B. King, the very same.
Do you need anything cleaned?
No, everything is good for me. Thank you very much.
I was wondering if you could help me. I was around this house. I'm a terrible narcoleptic.
Oh,
You know what that means, don't you?
yes, it means you fall asleep.
Yes, at the drop of a hat, when a very particular thing happens. That, can you guess what thing happens that causes me to fall asleep? Anyone, please.
Hailstorms.
Hailstorms, correct.
Oh my gosh, listen, there's thunder outside.
Is there?
There's hail. Just to clear things up. So I am the sister of Allie, and I've come rushing here to try to get in on her ruse. The problem is that I don't know if I'm going to be caught or not, so I'm pretending to be a maid. But Jebediah, he's the one that I really want to be with, because he's a one I can just totally mess over.
No, wake up! Wake up! Are you all right?
The hail stopped. Yes.
Forgive me, I have not introduced myself properly. My name is Jebediah.
Jebediah!
Long-term friends. with Miss Family?
I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm Philip B. King.
Yes, I heard, Mr. King. What brings you here?
I'm here on an investigation.
Really, as am I.
Oh,
Ah,
you fancy yourself an investigator, do you?
I do. Oxford Law.
Oxford, a place for simpletons.
Excuse me, sir, and where do you get your degree?
Philip B. King, Esquire, graduate of Harvard University.
Harvard. They give out degrees at Harvard.
Oh,
Yes.
so you think that you're all that in a bag of chips, don't you?
And the soda. And you think you're all that?
Well, let's see. You there.
Oh!
Come sit down.
I didn't think you saw me back there. I was trying to be so stealth.
Now you say you're a maid.
Yes. Must keep the face clean.
Something about you doesn't scream maid. Perhaps it's this fancy garb you're wearing.
It is the latest in maid stylings.
Oh.
Something about him is very stylish too. Now I'm torn between Jebediah and him.
Ah, yes. You have an acute, keen sense of perception. And perhaps a maid would not sit with a proper English trifold knee over the other knee. Interesting. What maid knows of such a specific seating maneuver?
The trifold was taught at the Maid Academy.
That is correct. I tested her, and she passed.
Well, if you're a maid, why is this window so dirty? Why, if I clean it off myself, there's another hailstorm.
Get up, man. Go.
Did I solve it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm quite impressed with you, Philip. Perhaps you and I could speak law privately at some point.
Yes, we're quite astute. We have worked out that this woman is in fact a maid, and nothing else.
Nothing more, nothing less.
You are two brilliant men.
We are.
Allow me a moment with her alone, please.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go find a bed. That's just ice.
We both will let you know the maid. Who are you? Why are you
How do you know? How did you tell?
There's no such thing as English trifold.
What?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am
How
serious.
did you figure that out?
Because I can tell by the way you looked at me and my watch.
It's because there's something striking about you. I bet you know how to tell time.
Yes, I'm quite familiar with the second hand, especially the hour.
I always liked it when it went an hour.
Tell me, what brings you here to Mr. Vanderby? I'm trying to solve a problem for him.
Well, I'm here for a very specific reason. I think there's a crime that's been committed.
Do you?
Yes.
And what crime would that be?
Well, I think that there's, what crime do I think you know? You can guess. What crime is it?
Shoplifting.
Shoplifting. It's been a shoplifting.
Shoplifting?
Situation, yes.
I do not
Shoplifting.
deal in petty crime.
Oh, I need a bigger crime. Murder. Murder. Murder.
Murder, yes!
Yes.
Yes, murder I
Murder.
do deal with. And what do you know of murder, my dear?
Well, what?
Murder? Who do you think did it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ha! I apologize. Do not. Please let me help you up.
It's working already. Sorry. I'm a little strong and forceful when
That's right.
Whoa! I have a grip. I have a grip.
Well,
So, I was thinking I could help you solve this case that you're on.
yes, you could.
Here, your watch is going tick, tick, tick.
It is going to tick, tick. My heart is going to tick, 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 too.
Why do you think that is?
It is your gaze.
I bet there's things that I can help you with here.
Perhaps we should talk in private in the parlor.
Perhaps we shall.
What are you doing in my home? Oh, I was spending a little quality time with Mrs. Vandermeer.
And just who are you?
Why, I'm a lawyer. I'm an esquire, assigned to a case, but I can't talk about it.
What? What could all of this mean?
But, you know, man to man...
I'm at a loss. You're in my home, and I'll have to ask you to leave unless you can explain your presence.
Your home? I'm here to see Mrs. Vandermeer, to have a drink with her.
What? That's my wife. You're here to drink with my wife?
That's your wife?
Yes.
What about the bald fellow?
I'm Jonathan Vandermeer.
You're Jonathan Vandermeer?
That's right.
This can only mean two things. This is a case of a stolen identity. This man is a fraud.
Now's my perfect time to make my trial right in front of the man who can give me the job. And I say it's the wife that tried to murder the husband.
Then it's true, exactly. Sir.
I'm very convincing. Absolutely. The wife is the murderer. The wife is the murderer. If you have any appropriate jurisdiction in order to place a murderess under arrest, I suggest you do it now.
It can't be the wife. I was just here. I was having a drink with her, and...
Oh, wait, you drank? You drank with my wife? Oh, no. She's done it again. She struck again. Oh, this poor man. He's dead.
Dead?
He's died. Or he's at least in a temporary coma. The same thing that happened to me. This is what happened to my wife. My wife poisoned me with drink. And then I was buried and exhumed. The same thing has happened to this man.
Oh my God, that's him. I'm the one who buried and exhumed him. Oh dear.
And if ever I should catch the idiot who buried me alive, oh, the lawsuit and wrath I shall bring upon him!
Okay, just to be fair, sometimes mistakes happen.
Are you kidding? Why, this man is most certainly under the exact same affliction as I am. And look, it's clear he's breathing. You can see his chest rising. You can see his nostrils flaring.
Well, absolutely, but you know, sometimes people take over a business when they didn't really want to. We don't have to go into all of that. I say, thank goodness you're alive now. Move onward. Let's look forward, not back.
Say, are you some kind of lawyer?
Yes.
This is perfect. I need your help.
Oh, okay.
My needs are twofold.
Oh, tell me all about it.
Okay, I'll tell the back of your head.
Yes. I think better when I'm not looking at anyone.
I need a lawyer to help me divorce my wife.
Oh.
And in fact, you seem to know that she tried to murder me, so you can help. You can be a witness as well as my lawyer. I also need to bring a terrible lawsuit upon that mortician who buried me alive.
Your wife tried to murder you?
You just said it earlier. You came in here with the evidence. You burst in. The wife was the murderer.
Yes, the wife was the murderer.
See? You said it again. I was poisoned.
What the hell is going on? You know what? I think I need a break. I need a break. Why don't we all just take a break? Oh, what a mess. Did I tell you this would be a mess? This is a mess. Well, we got that lawyer fellow to a hospital, and I just hope he's going to be all right. And now, I don't know if I'm going to ever get to become a lawyer or not. This is my life! Oh, it's them. Oh, I'm not going to be here for any of this. I'm going to go hide.
Jonathan,
How dare you?
what happened?
What happened? Don't you give me those eyes. Those blinky, winky, lashy eyes.
But Jonathan, what happened?
Oh, you haven't even got rid of me yet, and you're already trying to move on to your next victim. Why, we've just gotten that poor lawyer to the hospital. He said he was drinking with you. Drinking with you, and then out like a light. Just like me. I married you, and then all of a sudden I start slipping into comas, and then all of a sudden I start waking up in coffins.
Jonathan, are you accusing me of trying to kill you?
Yes, Allie, I am accusing you of trying to kill me.
How could you think that?
Well, I'm a wealthy man. I was emotionally vulnerable when we met. Suddenly you come breezing into my life, teaching me about rutabagas,
So I like money. I had 9 husbands before you, and they were all wealthy. You think I need yours? I don't need your money. I want to be with you because I love you.
Oh, I'm sure. You want to go to Egypt. You want to travel the world on my dime.
Jonathan, we have dreams. 2 children, a dog. What happened to all of that? Don't you want to share that with me anymore?
No, I want a divorce. And I'm going to get it.
Never, never. I would sacrifice my life for you. Hell, I'm going to die soon anyway. It's a miracle I'm alive still.
Yes, you're gangrened.
You can't divorce me. I want to die with you by my bedside. Knowing that...
Allie,
Dearest.
just don't touch me. You're dangerous.
Well, fine. Let me calm you down. Oh, that didn't work.
No more drinks.
No more drinks. That's fine, honey.
I'm going to figure out how to leave you and keep the money. Oh, if only I could break her heart and confess that I'm having an affair with Maxine, but then she would know I was having an affair. Certainly then we'd have to split my fortune in the divorce.
Dearest.
I'm going to prove that you're a murderer. 9 other husbands? That's a shocking coincidence.
Darling, they all had valid reasons for their death, I promise you.
Oh, I'm sure they were all older men of means, men with big watches.
They were older, yes, that's correct, but that's because I didn't have a father. And so I had therapy around this. But you, my dear, I love you. You gotta stay with me.
No, I'm divorcing you. One way or another, I'll figure out how to prove that you're a murderer, and then you'll be left penniless.
Give me a quick reason why. You can guess why I have to stay with him.
You're pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Oh!
Yes. We're getting started on that family sooner than we had planned.
And you tried to murder the father of your child.
I did not try to murder you.
Oh, you want to go to Egypt and be a mummy, and you want me dead in the tomb.
I want you to throw the baseball at our little tot. Or I want you to curl her hair. Whichever one it's going to be. I want you around to raise our little child after I die. I just hope I last the 9 months.
Allie, I'm a surgeon, damn it. I feel like my Hippocratic oath is flaring up here. It's just a boil.
I'm going to live?
For now.
Oh. Well then, darling, this is great news. We can spend the rest of our lives together.
The rest of my life may not be so long if I stick around you, temptress, harlequin, black widow. Oh, don't give me those lashes.
Oh, darling.
No.
Darling.
What?
Look at me.
What?
You love me. You love only me.
Oh, Allie.
I'm the only woman for you.
No, I'm feeling vulnerable again.
I
Oh,
am carrying your child.
Jonathan! Jonathan!
Jeb!
Oh,
Jeb! Thank God you're here.
Jonathan, you gotta hide me. That woman, Lily, that woman, she's crazy. She's crazy in love with me, and I can't be with her, and I don't know what to do. I can't leave you now. You gotta hide me in your house somewhere. She can't see me here.
Whoa, wait a second. You mean that Allie's sister Lily is after you?
Yes, she's after me. She's crazy. I thought maybe I could have a little fun with her, but she wants more, and she wants to get married, and she's going insane. And I'm married, and my wife is in England. Please, you must hide me here. She cannot. Oh my God, I hear her coming.
Where is he? Oh, Brew.
Oh, I see the maid's here.
Yes. Maid, I'm a maid. Maid.
Maid.
Jeb, don't worry. It's just the maid.
I'm not here.
Jeb, it's just the maid.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
He's having an affair. I was pretending to be a maid, and I saw him.
you asked. Maxine. She has a name. She's not just my nurse.
That woman? The woman who... Oh, she wanted me dead.
Well, I had a life before you, Allie. I was going to marry Maxine, but then she left
There
me.
you are! I found you! Come here!
No.
Come here!
Leave me alone.
I want your clock. Come here, bring me your timer.
My clock is taken.
I want your timer.
You're not going to hurt him, too. Also, you're fired if you keep chasing around my guests.
Jonathan, I'm sorry, but I cannot help you with this crime right now.
But yeah,
If my wife finds out, she'll divorce me.
well, I'm sorry, Jeb. Okay,
Sir,
yes.
as your maid, I deserve a raise, and I want him as my raise.
What?
That's ridiculous. I'm not for sale.
Hold on just one moment. Jeb, you mean to tell me that my wife's sister and the maid are both after you?
Yes. They're both the same person.
But who? What?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Well, Jeb, this is unpower of me.
I know, I'm sorry, but I cannot do this for you.
No.
My wife leaves me. I have nothing.
Okay, Jeb.
I'm gonna chase you, because it's fun.
Darling, I'm gonna go lie down. I can feel our baby kicking.
Mr. Vandermeer.
Well, you
Yes.
you
me.
chased away my best friend.
Oh. Well, I just came to warn you.
Warn me what?
Well, that day I was here, she tried to kill you. When I was in the powder room, I found a small bottle of some sleeping pills.
Yes, I know that. It lapsed me into a coma. She then buried me alive.
She's trying to kill you. I'm convinced of it.
This is perfect. I've got a witness. So, if I gather everyone around and have a lawyer present,
Yes.
you will help me by identifying the killer?
I will.
Perfect.
I need to stay here to protect you because I don't want you to die. Do you have a spare room I can stay in and make sure that you're okay?
Yes, but are you sure you're willing to betray your sister in such a way?
Well, my sister? Well, of course. Well, she's nothing.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
Well, this
Nothing
is perfect. I couldn't ask for a better character witness than my wife's sister.
Yes. I'm happy to do that for you. And whatever my sister thinks, I could care less.
Perfect. Oh, you're a lifesaver, a true lifesaver. Why don't we go up into the garden and talk about the case more?
Okay.
Hold on one moment. Why don't you...
The two of you? Together?
Yes,
Oh,
she's...
I don't know how to deal with this. All I thought I was doing was bringing Angela over in order to allow me to practice my lawyering skills, but the truth of the matter is, I've fallen completely in love with her again. I mean, I told you we used to date. I think I mentioned it briefly before. I thought I was over her, but seeing her sparkling eyes again, I realized I'd fallen completely in love with her. But now, only 25 minutes or so in his company, and they're all over each other. Well, we'll just see about that.
I'm glad that you're still here.
Oh, are you?
Yes, this woman and I, we're a
You
team.
take your hands off of her!
oh,
What? No.
Reginald.
This woman is mine.
Well, can't she work with both of us?
Work with both of us, you disgusting man!
Well, she seemed more than willing not but a minute ago.
What? More than willing? You think she's going to do this with both of us at the same time?
Sure, we were just going out in the garden so she could discuss subpoenas with me.
Subpoenas?
Yes!
Reginald.
What is that, French?
I'm not a lawyer, I'm a surgeon.
What? Listen, all I'm telling you is that she and I are together, and that's the way it's going to stay.
Listen, I may need your help in this. We
What?
can all act together.
What?
She's willing to stand up and bravely face her sister and take it and finger her. She's going to finger her sister? She said she's willing. For both of our benefits. Listen, I was very much out of it when I came out of that coma, but I recognize you now. You're the coroner who buried me. But listen, I understand that you're trying to become a lawyer. If you'll help me convict my wife of attempted murder, I'll drop the lawsuit against you for terrible malpractice.
Don't mind us!
Come here! That must be her.
Well, that must be who?
Well, her. The one I'm going to protect you from. You come with me. And Reginald, don't you worry about a thing. I'm going to stay here and watch after him. It's okay.
And what's this thing about the sister?
She must be the one that's trying to kill him. I just saw the way she chased that man.
That's the maid.
The maid is trying to kill you too?
The maid tried to kill me?
The maid is trying to kill him as well.
You're gonna have sex with all of us?
Reginald. Oh.
Well,
Jonathan, where are you? Jonathan,
Maxine.
you've kept me waiting 9.5 minutes, and when I wait 10 minutes, you get married to somebody, so I just came right in. I thought our plan was going to work, Jonathan.
Maxine, ex-nay.
What?
All right.
Oh.
Please, may we have a moment alone?
I think you and I have a lot to talk about upstairs.
I think we do.
Well?
I'm doing my eyes.
Yes, I see that. I told her that I want a divorce.
You did?
Yes, I know that Allie tried to kill me.
She did?
Yes, I thought...
What? You mean I could marry you for your money now?
What? Maxine!
You know I love you.
Oh, Maxine, it's all coming back to me now. That night before I went into a coma, you came back. It was a terrible hailstorm. There you arrived at my doorstep, dripping with balls of ice bouncing off of you. Ping, ping, ping. You said, I'm back and I forgive you and I want to get back together, and I told you I'd already been married. But then I invited you in. We had drinks, and then the room started to spin. The next thing I know, I was clawing at the ceiling of a coffin.
Right, and then I was trying to do CPR on you. I did mouth to mouth and everything, Jonathan.
Maxine, did you try to kill me?
No, why would I do that? I love you.
Everyone's trying to kill me. All of you.
No, that's not true.
I'm going to kill you! I knew it! Oh my God, I'm not safe from anyone. You're all in a grand conspiracy against me. Oh, Jem is the only one I can trust, the only one around here that I can trust. Oh,
Jonathan! What predicament did you get me into? I'm going to kill you!
what? Oh my God, it's all of you! Oh, stay back! Stay back! Oh.
Excuse me, has anyone seen a guy? He's about this tall. He's wearing a watch. He's really cute. Anyone see him? Which way did he go? Hey, oh my God!
Quick! He's climbing up the roof! Ah, he's going in the attic! Stay back! He's going in the old bedroom! You'll never catch me! He's going down the stairs!
I'm gonna get you!
No! No!
It's you! You're the one that's trying to kill him! I'm gonna get you! Jonathan, run right now!
It's all misunderstanding. I'm not trying to kill you.
Dear, I have a razor. I was getting
What?
ready to shave you. You have
Shave
a rash.
me?
Yes. Come sit here.
It's not a rash, devil woman, it's a hickey!
From this Maxine?
Yes! Look, we were together before I met you. She's not just my nurse. She's a nurse who works at the hospital. We've been on and off again. I told you. Oh, God.
How could you do this to our growing family?
didn't know that you were pregnant.
I didn't know that I could ever trust you again.
Oh, I don't know who to trust these days. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a lawyer. A real lawyer. A skilled lawyer. Someone with a fancy three-part name.
I know.
Philip B. King,
Oh,
Esquire.
sir, I'm in need of a Harvard man.
That's me.
Ha!
Oxford.
There was a crowd chasing me, but they seem to have fallen back. Everybody come down here immediately! Now, I know that you're just a lawyer, not a judge, but certainly you have some powers of the law. I've got a woman here who's willing to testify. Now, if you would please tell this man who is trying to kill me.
She is trying to.
Point, damn it.
I know she is.
What?
Me? Yes. My sister? Yes. That's all I know. And she tried to kill you.
Her? But this is the maid, and I've never even met her before.
I just need a raise.
Well, then it must be her.
Me? Yes.
But the way she bats her eyes, I can tell she truly loves me.
You can trust my eyes.
Yes,
Trust the lashes.
that can't be right.
Well, all I know is that day we were here, I was told the truth, and the truth came to me, and when I went to the powder room, I found sleeping pills.
Powder. Pills.
Yes.
Wait a second. The day I went into a coma, I received a letter. A letter from my good friend, Jebediah, telling me he was coming to town. I noticed a faint residue on the envelope. Once I mixed it with alcohol over drinks with Maxine, suddenly the room started to spin. Jeb, what are you doing here?
I'm here on,
You said you have a wife? You just show up randomly?
yes,
I'm just the maid.
the rules is up.
Damn it.
We tried. Yes, it was Lily and I.
Yes.
We tried to kill him.
Then I didn't do it!
I didn't either.
You
Well, I
see,
certainly didn't.
you see, it actually was an honest killing. What? Attempt. Tell him.
Oh, great. Allie has married 9 people before you. 9.
Yes?
Yes.
She's taken the money of every single one of them.
Well, they were all older gentlemen. She has daddy issues.
You are also older by 2 years.
Yes?
That's old.
Yes.
She wanted you,
Well,
so we decided to kill you. Just like that.
Yes, and to make it look as though she did, so that we could have your money.
That's
Because
right.
so, wait, you're not the maid at all.
She is not.
But I can clean.
Sort of. So, you were...
Let me get that for you.
No! Get away from me.
We tried to make it look like she tried to kill you.
After I married your sister, you were going to have me murdered, and then you'd get to enjoy the spoils of your sister's newfound 10th husband wealth.
That's
Yes.
right.
Lucky number 10.
That's right.
And what better person to put the murder upon than her? Her who had married all these men.
Who
She
all
was
happened to die.
the perfect suspect.
Exactly.
But you're a representative of the law. You should arrest them right away.
Ha! Harvard! Ha! Ha! Harvard H.A. Ha!
Arrest them!
Yes, arrest them!
Wait, there's a hailstorm coming.
Oh, look! It cleared up!
Wait,
Now arrest them!
what's the one is coming through?
Oh, clear skies!
Foiled again.
Valiant effort, my dear.
As an esquire, I do have powers of the law. You two are under arrest. You are coming with me. Hands behind your back. You two are kinky. You have a pair of handcuffs
I
around.
too, I'll be right back.
For what it's worth, Jonathan, I do apologize. After all, I did get education at Oxford. It's not Harvard exactly, but we try to make ends meet any way we can.
And
Oh,
Howling,
Jim.
I'm sorry too.
I shall see you in court.
Take them away.
I love you. See you next time. Let's do a vacation together.
Well, you know what, Jonathan?
What, Maxine?
I may not be a nurse in real life, but I can tell when someone's pregnant. And she is pregnant.
Yes. And we're staying together for the
No!
good of the child.
And for love.
And for love.
Well, I'm hormonal right now, too. That's why I'm crying. And maybe I might be pregnant.
Well,
I know I'm not, Jonathan, but you promised me you would love me.
Maxine, you left. We were on a break.
10 minutes!
You said you were gone for good.
You went down the cereal aisle. That was it. Jesus.
I have powers.
Excuse
This
me,
is-
just one moment, Maxine. What we had was special. But it was a storm. Turbulent. On and off. I was getting hit with hail balls, metaphorically. They were knocking me out, and I was dragging myself up again, and then I get knocked out again, and I drag myself up again. I can't go through that anymore. It's not good for either of us. Don't you see? I found a port from the storm.
That makes perfect sense.
There's someone for you out there, Maxine. Someone.
Well, if I don't meet them in the next 10 minutes, then I'm going to just stay here and just live here.
The lawyer! If only there was someone with 3 important names.
Worthy of you.
I'm being summoned. Philip the King! Philip.
What is he, 10?
Well, you know what they say. 10 goes into 45 more than 45 goes into 10.
I'm going to go into many, many times.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
But wait, the thing I don't understand is why did you think that someone told you that she tried to kill him?
Well, that day we were sitting on the couch. You told me the whole story.
Oh, that's right. I heard it too. I heard you confess. The wife tried to kill him.
You silly, don't you remember? I was only practicing. That's why I asked you to come over here.
Well, I thought when you practice law that you're actually a lawyer. And that you know things, Reginald.
I should have been more clear. You see, I want nothing more than to be a lawyer, and I understood that if I would just do somewhat of an audition for Mr. King there, then he might be able to make me a lawyer. So I was just practicing my closing skills. No one is trying to kill you.
Well, that makes perfect sense. Young man, you will make an excellent lawyer, which is good because you're a terrible coroner.
Well,
It's true.
there's one other thing I haven't told you yet either. I've fallen back in love with you.
Oh, Reginald. Oh, I'm so happy.
Are you?
I love you still.
Even if I'm not yet a lawyer, but have middling hopes of becoming one?
You can be anything you want, and I will love you. Even a bad coroner.
Oh, well, that I am.
Oh, Reginald.
And you know what, Jonathan? We just got married, and we're going to consummate when he gets out of high school.
Yes, I am also a minister, and I did it while he was talking. Very nice.
Well, why don't we all celebrate with a drink? Oh, let me just move this old envelope out of the way. Here, drinks for everyone. Here you go.
That's a lot of ice.
Cheers to love, huh?
Cheers to love. Well, isn't that just like life? It is kind of like a hailstorm, isn't it? Hail knocking you this way and that way in spite of your best efforts. And what is it we're all trying to accomplish anyway? A little bit of love, a good job, graduating high school, and all day long we're beset by accidents and coincidences that knock us off our course. But somehow or another, some stuff just tends to work out. And that's a pretty good place to end. The end.
Cheers!